In the fourth Brandenburg, Bach uses only high instruments, a violin and two flutes, as the soloists, and they are accompanied by an orchestra of strings plus continuo. The soloists will be much easier to hear in this concerto than they were in Brandenburg No. 3, but Bach has still set some compositional challenges for himself. First, he chose solo instruments that are in the same range, and second, he chose two instruments that are exactly the same. In the orchestral opening, or tutti section of the first movement, the two flutes are easily heard in the opening measures. The solo violin, however, blends with the orchestra by playing the same music as the other violins. Next, the solo violin bridges that gap between solo group and orchestra by playing a little bit of each part. Finally, the solo violin and flutes play their own, albeit brief, section of solo music. Later in this movement, Bach writes an extended passage for the solo violin with just little interjections by the flutes. In this way, Bach solves the compositional problem he posed for himself: how to distinguish the solo violin within this concerto. Throughout the movement, we can hear how Bach uses the solo violin to connect the sections of the movement, and also to play with the idea of a solo concerto within the context of a concerto featuring a group of soloists.